Hey, I don't know how you ended up here. But I know one thing, if you're listening to this, it's not by accident. Something inside you still believes. Believes that maybe, just maybe, you're meant for more. Believes that life doesn't end in survival mode. That you're not born to just wake up, exist, and go to sleep. But lately, maybe, you've been waking up empty. Scrolling through life, wondering where your fire went. Smiling on the outside, while screaming on the inside. You feel tired, not from doing too much, but from doing too little of what actually matters. You're not weak, you're not lazy. You're just exhausted from carrying weight you were never meant to hold alone. So today, just for a few minutes, let go of the noise. And listen to someone who sees you. Who gets it? Who knows what it's like to feel forgotten by the world? Because this isn't a speech. This is a reminder that you are not broken, that you are not too late, and that the fire in you may be dim, but it's not out. Let's find it again, together. Lesson 1, you already know, but you're not doing. You don't need more books. You don't need another YouTube video or motivational quote. You don't need to wait for someone to give you permission. You already know what needs to change. You've been carrying that knowing like a secret in your chest. It's heavy. It's loud. And yet, you keep delaying. You say you want a better life. But you keep making choices that take you further from it. Let's be honest, it's not that you don't know how. It's that you're afraid of what it'll cost to start. But let me tell you something, it will cost you either way. It'll cost you your fear, your ego, your comfort. Or it'll cost you your future. You get to choose which one you're willing to lose. Lesson 2, nobody's coming, and that's your superpower. There's a moment that changes everything. The moment you realize no one's coming. Not the person who said they'd stay. Not the teacher who promised to believe in you. Not that one miracle opportunity you keep hoping for. And that moment? It hurts. It feels like abandonment. It feels like betrayal. But it's also the moment you become dangerous. Because when you stop waiting for someone to rescue you, you stop being a victim and start becoming a force. You stop asking, who will help me? And start saying, let me show you who I can become. Lesson 3, discipline is the kindest form of love. You say you love yourself. But love isn't just soft words and self-care Sundays. Love is discipline. It's showing up on the days you don't feel like it. It's doing the hard thing because you know your future self is watching. It's refusing to let your temporary feelings sabotage your permanent future. Discipline is saying, I believe in the version of me that I can't see yet. And I'm going to fight for them, even when I'm tired, and no one sees those quiet battles you win. But one day, they'll wonder how you made it. Lesson 4, rock bottom isn't the end, it's the mirror. You ever hit a point where you don't recognize yourself anymore? Where you look in the mirror and ask, how did I become this version of me? That's rock bottom. And let me tell you, it's not the enemy. It's the mirror you've been avoiding. It shows you everything you've tolerated, accepted, ignored, or buried. Rock bottom strips away all the lies. It breaks the fake. It shatters your mask. And in the middle of all that destruction, you finally find something real you. So if you're there, don't run. Don't numb it. Just look around and decide, this is where I start building something honest. Lesson 5. Later is where dreams go to die. Every time you say later, you're telling your dream that it's not worth fighting for today. You're saying, I'll get to you when I feel ready. But readiness is a lie. Confidence doesn't come before action, it comes because of it. You want to change your life? Then do the thing you've been avoiding, even if your voice shakes. Even if you fail. Even if you look stupid. Even if no one claps. Because what matters isn't how it looks, it's that you had the courage to begin. Lesson 6. Overthinking is self-sabotage in disguise. You ever sit with an idea until it rots? You plan it. You tweak it. You perfect it, and then you never do it. That's not strategy. That's fear wearing a clever disguise. It tells you, wait. Wait until it's perfect. Wait until you're ready. But while you're waiting, time is passing. Others are moving. And your dream? It's collecting dust in the back of your mind. Imperfect action will always beat perfect hesitation. You don't need a plan for the next 5 years. You just need a reason to start and the guts to try. Lesson 7. Your inner voice is either fuel or fire. There's a voice in your head that talks all day. Sometimes it cheers for you. Sometimes it tears you apart. And most of the time, it sounds like someone from your past. That voice? You're allowed to change it. You're allowed to say, I'm not stupid. I'm just learning. I'm not behind. I'm building at my own pace. I'm not a failure. I'm in the middle of becoming. Rewriting that voice is the first step in rewriting your reality. Because nothing outside you will change until what's inside you starts speaking life instead of doubt. Lesson 8. Someone has to break the cycle. Let it be you. Your family may not understand. Your friends might laugh. People from your past might whisper. But guess what? You're not here to repeat their story. You're here to rewrite it. Someone in your bloodline has to say, no more playing small. No more staying silent. No more choosing comfort over purpose. You get to be that person. Even if it's lonely. Even if it's hard. Even if no one claps for you until it's over. Because legacy doesn't start with applause. It starts with one person saying, it ends with me. Lesson 9. Let them go, and let yourself grow. There are people you're still holding on to. People who once felt like home, but now feel like anchors. It's okay to love them. But it's also okay to leave them. Not because you're better, but because you're growing, and not everyone is supposed to grow with you. Don't shrink just to stay liked. Don't dim your light to keep the peace. Because the more you betray your potential to please others, the further you walk from your own destiny. Let them go, and watch yourself rise. Lesson 10. Healing isn't linear, but it's still worth it. Some days, you'll feel strong, like you finally let go of the past, like you've moved on. And then one morning, a memory hits you like a storm. The old pain comes flooding back, and you wonder if you've made any progress at all. But hear me, healing is not a straight line. It's not always graceful. It's not always quick. Some days you'll take 5 steps forward, and others, you'll crawl backwards in the dark. That doesn't mean you're failing. That means you're human. And if you keep going, even when it's messy, even when it's slow, one day, you'll look back and see. That pain didn't break you. It built you. Lesson 11. You don't need to be loud to be powerful. This world worships loud voices, big crowds, bold opinions, flashy success. But maybe that's not you. Maybe you're the quiet one, the observer, the one who feels everything deeper than you can say. Let me tell you something, your quiet doesn't make you weak. Your softness doesn't make you small. You are proof that power doesn't have to shout. That real strength can live in silence, in stillness, in showing up without asking for applause. Never doubt your worth just because you're not the loudest in the room. Sometimes the quietest soul carries the heaviest courage. Lesson 12. Your past isn't your fault, but your future is your responsibility. Maybe you grew up without support. Maybe life handed you pain you didn't deserve. Maybe they broke you before you even knew who you were. And it's okay to grieve that. To be angry. To wish things had been different. But at some point, you have to ask, now what? You didn't choose your past. But you get to choose how it ends. Will you become a copy of the pain that shaped you? Or will you be the first in your story to rise, not because it was easy, but because you refused to let your pain become your personality? You deserve a future that isn't defined by what tried to destroy you. Lesson 13. You build confidence by breaking promises to fear. Confidence doesn't come from success. It comes from every moment you looked fear in the face. And did it anyway. Every time you wanted to run, but stayed. Every time you were afraid to speak, but raised your voice. Every time you thought you couldn't, but proved yourself wrong. Confidence is built like a muscle. By small, defiant acts of courage. It's not about never being scared. It's about telling your fear. You're allowed to be here, but you don't get to drive. Lesson 14. Your timing isn't wrong, your story is just unique. Stop comparing your path to theirs. Stop asking why it's taking you so long. Stop thinking you're behind just because they got there faster. You're not late. You're on a different road, with different battles, carrying lessons they may never understand. Some flowers bloom in spring. Others wait for the deepest part of winter to break open. That doesn't make one better than the other. It just means they were built for different seasons. So maybe, you weren't made to arrive fast. You were made to arrive whole. Lesson 15. You deserve to be proud of yourself, even if no one else notices. You've come farther than anyone knows. Fought battles in silence. Picked yourself up when no one saw you fall. Kept going when quitting would have made more sense. And still, you rarely pause to say, I'm proud of me. So I'll say it for you. I see you. I'm proud of you. Not for being perfect. Not for winning. But for surviving. For showing up. For trying again, even when the world gave you every reason to stop. You don't need applause. You don't need validation. You are already enough and worthy of your own praise. Final ending. Take a breath. Feel your heartbeat. That's proof that something inside you refuses to quit. That's proof that there's still time. Time to rise. Time to rebuild. Time to stop surviving and start living. You don't need a perfect plan. You don't need everyone's approval. You don't need to feel brave. You just need to begin. One day. One step. One hard decision at a time. You weren't born to fade out quietly. You were born to fight, to lead, to inspire. So no more waiting. No more blaming. No more settling. This is your moment. No one is coming, and that's exactly why it has to be you. Now stand up. Stand tall. And go build a life that won't let you sleep at night. Because it's not a dream anymore. It's your calling. Thank you for watching. If no one told you today, I believe in you. Take care of your soul. And never stop becoming the person you were always meant to be.